Good morning, class. This is your week 5 ELA. I am going to read the passage with you. But before I begin reading, I wanted to take a look at your task for day 1. And you've been doing this all along, but it's always important to know what the task is going to be before you begin reading, and that way you keep that in mind as you read. And so for day 1, it says to read BookTube makes reading social. That's the article. And it says to underline words that you don't understand. And so as we read, let's keep that in mind. And as we come across unfamiliar words, let's underline them, because then we will need to choose 4 of them to do the circle maps. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin reading. So this is the name of the title of the article. It says, BookTube makes reading social. So I know this has to do with reading. And it's interesting that it sounds like YouTube, but it says BookTube. And it says that it makes reading social. I can see this girl right here, and she is showing a book. So definitely something to do with reading and books. Okay, let's go ahead and begin reading. So BookTube makes reading social. Red Bank, New Jersey achieved 3,000, September 27th, 2019. There's a reason reading isn't a team sport. After all, people often do it alone. Sure, your BFFs may love reading, but you probably each chill out with your own books. The internet has brought readers of all kinds together, though. Now they can talk about their favorite things, books. Social media and old school paperbacks may not sound like a match, but actually, they go together like a great book and a free weekend. True, reading usually happens alone, but people who love books also love talking about books. And that's why online book communities like BookTube have taken off. So, what exactly is BookTube? Simply put, it's a tag used to help book people connect on YouTube. BookTubers vlog or video blog all about books. Books they are reading, books they want to read, books with covers they love, books with covers they hate. You get the idea. Some act out the stories, others add animation, but many just use the videos to get people talking. Some booktubers have become famous. They've gained hundreds of thousands of followers and sometimes even book deals. Take Christine Richo. She began in 2010. Richo now has close to 400,000 followers. Her first novel for young adults came out in 2019. Ariel Bissett, Jessie the Reader, and Francina Simone are also popular booktubers. And by the way, some booktubers start young. For example, there's a 10-year-old whose channel, Snazzy Reads, talks about new books for younger kids. BookTube is also for people who don't think of themselves as readers. Say you need a little push toward reading. BookTubers can help. There are even quizzes to discover the right BookTube channel for you. Let the booktubing begin. BookTubers follow each other, tag each other, and comment on each other's videos. They even have their own language. Is your TBR, to be read, pile getting too big? What's the last book that was a DNF or did not finish for you? BookTube also builds community through reading events or challenges. And different booktubers all take part. It might be a readathon, where booktubers and their followers read for 24 hours straight. It might be a serious Slayer challenge, where they all try to slay or to read a whole series in a book. Or it might be a challenge to read books by authors of different races. And sometimes BookTube friendships lead to real-life meetups. Book festivals like BookCon are often gathering spots for BookTubers and their fans. So, for book lovers, finding other people who love reading might be a reason to put the book down and go online, at least for a little while. Okay, so that was the passage. And then as always, here's your dictionary. So animation, and then it has the meaning of it. If you don't know what animation is, then you would go ahead and read the definition here, this comment, and then their series. All right, so now that we read the passage, then let's go ahead and take a look at day one. And again, you've been doing this all along. Everybody's doing such an amazing job. You may have underlined different words than I did. I went ahead and underlined a few of them. For example, I underlined animation. Okay, I underlined comment, challenges, slay. Your task for day one said to choose 4 of the words that you underlined and to complete the circle maps. And there should be 4 words that you need to work with today. I could just put here animation as one of my words. And then, as I explained in the other video, then you complete all 4 corners for that one word that you selected. You illustrate it or you draw a picture of an animation right here. You write the definition, a synonym, a word that means almost the same as animation or the same, and then use the word animation in a sentence. That's if you chose animation just like I did. If you chose another word, then you do it with another word. And then here, again, you do it again, but with another word. For example, I underlined the word challenge. So challenge. And then you do the same thing, completing all 4 corners with that one word, challenge, and so on. Okay. You may use those if those are the ones that you had underlined or your own. And then here's your day 2. Day 2, you are going to summarize your text. Okay. And again, this is to get us thinking about the main idea. So you can see that they skipped the who, what, why. Okay, well, where is this happening? Let me see. Okay, so where is this happening? I don't see a name of a specific place, like a country or a city, but I do see here that it says, so what exactly is BookTube? And then it says, simply put, it's a tag used to help people connect it on YouTube. So it seems to me that BookTube happens in YouTube. It's online. So I can go here where it says where, and I could put here online in YouTube. Okay. I am very surprised that there's no question for who or what is this mostly about. I think that the word that you should have noticed being repeated over and over was the word BookTube. It was all about BookTube. Okay. And then what about it? It says that it's a tag used by YouTubers. Okay. Oh my goodness. YouTubers or people making videos in YouTube. So this was all about BookTube. That idea was repeated over and over. What about it? It says specifically that it's a tag used by YouTubers where online in YouTube. Why? Well, it said that people who love books use it to talk about books. So to talk about books, how? Posting videos. They do it by posting videos, right? Of their favorite books. There's this one question, but it's also in the second page for day 2, so we can just answer it at the end here on the second page. Okay, I can see what happened. Well, we forgot to put the questions who and what, because we repeated where, why, and how. So for day 2, only do the first page. This one I can see was repeated. And then comes a question here then. So why is this message important? And this is going to be your own response, okay? Turn the question into a statement. Why is this message important? This message is important because, and you're going to respond it, okay? You're going to fill in the blank right there. All right. And then the last part of day 2 would be to organize your ideas to write a summary. It says, summarize the main idea of the text. Include evidence from the text to support the main idea. And then here's your directions. Use the flea map to organize your thoughts. Use the example shown. I don't think that they are showing you an example. I believe that it says this because it came from the computer Achieve 3000. But we know how to do this. We're going to organize our thoughts using this thinking map, okay? So main idea. And again, if you went ahead and answered all of these questions, then you should be able to put all of the answers that you put in this section and make it into one statement that states the main idea. So who and what and why and how, all of that helps you determine the main idea. And so what is the main idea of this article? What was it all about? So we could say the main idea. So the main idea of this article is about, and then I'm going to put a blank here because that's going to be your job. To write down the main idea. Well, the main idea is about who, and I already went ahead and helped you with that. Who was that reading mostly about, and what about it? All right, so use those answers to those questions to complete the main idea. And then this, everybody knows how to do this. Detail 1, detail 2, and detail 3. Once you write your main idea, then go back to the reading and find details to support the main idea, okay? To explain, for example, we said that it was the who was BookTube. You might want to define here what BookTube is, okay? And so that could be your detail 1. Detail 2, you could talk about who uses or who does BookTube, or maybe you can talk about why it is done. Again, go back to the reading and find those details to support your main idea, okay, to explain it a little more. And then, of course, you need your conclusion, which, as you know, restates the main idea. Don't forget to give me at least 2 sentences per detail. So here you can explain your detail 1, and then that would be 1 sentence, and then use some evidence, okay, from the text. In that way, so detail 2 and then evidence. And then you could write your detail 3 and then your evidence here. And that way you have you elaborate and you have more than just one sentence, okay, which would be your main idea. And that's it. That's not it for day 2. So once you organize your thoughts in this thinking map, then you go ahead and put all of those ideas into complete sentences to write your summary here in this last page. This one is the last page. And it's asking you here to not forget that a good constructed response needs to state the main idea, and we have it in the thinking map. You need to use 2 to 3 reasons. In this case, is details to support the main idea. And so that would be the detail 1, 2, and 3 in these boxes right here. It says that you need to explain or analyze the evidence. And so that would be the other sentence that I asked you to add. Besides the detail, I said it's good for you to provide some evidence or explanation. So I am going to put here or explanation. Okay, with your own words. And you do that for each of the boxes. That would be this part here that says explains or analyzes the evidence. And then you need to include a conclusion using precise language. So instead of saying stuff or things are good or bad, you're using academic language, fourth grade language. And then, of course, using correct punctuation. And that takes care of your day 1 and day 2. All right.